So first I want to say, to refute that, you say California has the most people that have abortions. Well, no duh, we have one of the probably biggest states that have, we have the most population in the state. Third, you say that they need consent to ear piercings or anything like that. That really doesn't make any sense because, like you said, this is notification, not consent. So, and you're comparing a piercing that costs $3.99 at Claire's to a kid that's going to cost over $100,000 for 18 years of taking care of it. You say another thing. You say you connect your story towards your friends, but you lack any evidence towards your friends. You just say, I feel bad for my friends, which isn't an argument at all. And then you say girls get raped, which is bad, which I actually have something to refute that with right here in the law of California. So in this thing it says, So in California, if a sexual assault happens and the kid wants to get abortion, it says this: for the purpose of minor consent only, sexual assault includes acts of oral copulation, sodomy, or violent crimes. A minor who had been sexually assaulted or raped may consent to medical care related to the diagnosis, treatment, and collection of medical. The health provider must attempt to connect the minor's parents or guardians. So your argument really doesn't make any sense because the doctors need to tell the parents that the kid got raped, and then you say they can't afford a baby, so they should get an abortion, which is true. That argument's towards that's actually helping me because obviously they need an abortion because they can't afford to take care of the kid. If they can't even afford the abortion, what makes you think they're going to afford taking care of a kid that's going to cost $100,000 over 18 years? Now back to that subject of raising the kid. Like you said, they're not financially stable and they need money. So an article by Salisbury Susan called Cost to Raise a Child from McCarthy, Tribune Business News, and this. The cost by location and lower in urban, to raise a baby in the urban South costs between $230,000 to $193,000 in California. So if a kid is 18 years old, or let's say she's 18 years old, she goes and her parents kick her out because she has a kid, they're really religious and they don't want her to have sex. So that means she's working, let's say this happens now, she's working $10 an hour for 40 weeks. So if you look at that, if you see that, if she's working that 40 hours a week with $10, sorry. There we go. Oh, so if she works 40 hours a week, working at a part-time job for $10, it's part-time, so she's not going to get the 40 weeks. But let's say she is. She's only going to make around $20,000 a year. Now you have to raise a kid, you have to live in an apartment in California. Now let's say you can't afford LA because it's too expensive, so you live in Ontario, Pomona, or Corona. To live in this type of city, it costs $1,090 a month. So in a year, you only make $20,000 because you get $10 a week. You get $10 $10 an hour. You have to pay $1,090 a month just to live in one of these rural areas like Pomona or Ontario. You can't afford to take care of a kid when you're underage, and your parents don't want you to have an abortion, but then they kick you out. And that's it.